Thank God. You just reminded me that I did not turn on the vertical stream, so I think we're okay. I'm turning it on. I'm getting it running. What is this, Celestial? Oh, this map's kind of playable versus Celestials, so that's fine. We lucked out. That's me. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Thanks, Hero. Appreciate it, bro. I opened my own stream off on the side to see if I would get the drops for watching myself. I still don't have Rizzy Kitty, and apparently the Stormgate channel yesterday did not count. Apparently that didn't count, so here I am. Here I am. Watching the EWC Stormgate show match yesterday did not get me drops. So, life is hard. I still don't have Rizzy Kitty. Do you have any idea? Any idea the impact that has on my family? I'm gonna go home from my stream tonight and tell my wife I still don't have the Rizzy Kitty skin unlocked. I don't have all the Twitch drops. My wife has all the Twitch drops for Stormgate and I don't. I'm gonna get flexed on this hard? Apparently, yes. Apparently yes. Crazy how that works.
Not enough luminite.
Hey, take that build speed bonus as long as you can, right?
Not enough luminite.
You want me to do what now? Robot engaged.
Yes, I know. Good to see you, Nate. Just cruising by. Cool. That's my cool Arnie voice. Well, we can start clearing this out now, so I should be good to go for gas. You gotta reset your workers a lot with Vanguard too, because they don't repath the AI for them apparently when you take guys on and off.
Capture point secured.
Placing structure. Boot up complete.
Insufficient supply.
Bot activated.
Our plan has not reached its complete final phase, but it will soon. We're getting there anyway. It's fairly straightforward. We use all the Lancers from this early game taking these camps, and we just more or less repurpose them into... And we just repurpose them. It'll be beautiful. It'll be fantastic.
How can I help? Constructing.
Upgrade.
There's a lot of things Infernal... There's a lot of things Celestials can do to you, but for the most part, there's like only a few things that they're actually doing right now, so... I think we are. I think we're at that point now.
Constructing. Constructing.
So those guys are just going to go send themselves into the tubes. It's got a bunch of creation chambers, power banks. Nothing really insane yet. Nothing nuts.
Upgrade complete. Upgrade complete.
Bot activated. It's going up. Sure.
Yeah, he doesn't have too much.
I'm here to assist. Boot up complete.
Upgrade. Not enough luminite.
Oh, he didn't even take that. Interesting.
Not enough luminite.
Constructed.
Capture point secured. Not enough luminite.
At your disposal.
What I need is a lot of units dedicated specifically towards the purpose of harassing him, which we will soon have,
Not
so
enough luminite.
we're almost there. Mostly depends how fast he can really turn this into an attack against me. I think that's actually kind of a big deal now, but...
Not enough luminite.
Looking fly.
Not enough
We're
luminite.
almost there.
Looking fly. Give me
He's got a lot of Argents, though. He's got a lot of Argents.
Still here. This should be good.
high speed pass. Taking position.
Well, this is going to be it. It's going to be the big moment.
Not enough luminite.
Point the way. Target rich environment.
This is going to be huge. This will be huge. I should try to go for these guys, too, first.
Taking the shot. Taking position. Point the way. Looking
Just get everything you can.
pressing fire.
Capture point secured.
Throttle in. Weapons go. Fangs out.
Constructed.
Research complete.
Get that high command, baby. This is it.
Rich environment.
This is it.
Get me in there. Engines roar. Go ahead. I feel the need for speed. Looking fly.
Hi-ho. Hi-ho. Following. Ah, you scared me.
Our base is under attack.
Full blower.
Used to work.
Carbon clouds. Taking the shot. Go ahead. I feel the need for speed. Looking fly. Point the way. Full blower. Carbon clouds.
Our base is under attack.
Yeah, there's no way to save that base for sure.
Feel the need for speed. Looking fly. Point the way. Full blower. Carbon clouds. Throttle in. Go ahead. Combat maneuvering. Looking fly. Going to
Our base is
firewall.
under attack.
Got a lock. Get me in there. Engines roar. Go ahead. I feel the need
Insufficient energy.
speed.
Upgrade.
Yeah, take the arc ship down if you can get it, bro.
Looking fly.
Drop all the anti-air missiles, too, while you're at it.
Carbon clouds. Throttle in. Balls to the wall.
Our forces are under attack.
Looking fly.
I mean, this is it, though, right? Like, there is no coming back from this.
Attack speed.
How can I help?
I guess all I can do is try and base trade him, right? That's it. Although I think sending everything home was maybe a mistake in that
Our
case.
base
Yeah.
is under attack.
Because these guys are all going to have to come home and they won't be able to run now. So I did just throw. Yeah, I just threw the game. I'm sorry, guys.
Engines roar.
There's just, I don't think there's anything I can do here anymore. If I hadn't sent everything back home, maybe. I don't know. Let's
Our
see,
base
though.
is under attack.
Let's see.
Looking fly. Bogey in sight. Throttle in. Suppressing fire. I feel the need for speed.
Does he have an arc ship? You know, I'm like, I don't
Forces
even
are
know.
Under attack.
I don't know.
Carbon clouds. Throttle in.
Our base is under attack.
I feel the need. The need for speed.
Constructing.
Well, I've got time before my buildings are all gone, so I don't know.
Not enough luminite.
Looking fly.
Relocation commencing. Moving out.
Give me
I'm gonna say I can
Our
refund
base
those
is
too.
under attack.
All systems clear.
throttle in. Go ahead. I feel the need. The need.
Our forces are under attack.
Taking position. Got a lock. Looking fly. Carbon clouds.
You want me to do what now?
Throttle
Our
in.
base is
Balls
under
to
attack.
the wall. High speed pass. Taking position. Attack speed. Looking fly. Suppressing fire. Throttle in. Graveyard spin.
Our forces are under attack.
Balls to the wall. High speed pass. Looking fly.
Our base is under attack.
Yeah, that's just the hard part on this map. There's no real way to defend two bases because they're so separate. I think that game, though, is about as good as you can really do on that map versus Celestial. I played it about as perfectly as I could have, but Mass Argent is impossible to stop if you have to defend two places at the same time. Vanguard just isn't designed for that. You had a good game on the SC2 ladder? Nice, I'm happy for you. Alright, we got an Infernal this game. I might just start leaving every game I get on Isle of Dread. I'm thinking about doing that too. Like I might just not play that map anymore because of how bad it is. I just don't feel like I can give an honest representation of me actually trying to win. I have to like make all these excuses up about why it's impossible. And then obviously it never works out because the map is terrible, but maybe it's just... Would you guys prefer if I complained about it less and just left all my games on that map? Or would you prefer that I complain about it a little bit, but play those games? Here, I'll let you guys decide. I just don't know what to do with that map. I don't have good games there.
Not enough luminite. Not enough luminite.
Awaiting further instructions. Ah, you scared me. Transiting now. Relocation commencing. Ready. Eliminate. Your directive. What's next? I'm off. Down here.
Perfect. Perfect clear. Easy.
Not enough luminite.
I don't know. Fuck it. Are these guys still overcharged?
Robot engaged.
Why don't I just take them for the next one too? Why not? Well, they're overcharged anyway. Might as well.
Attack mode initiated. Setting cruise control.
Like, fuck it. They do crazy damage.
Awaiting further instructions.
I mean, losing any of them would become pretty catastrophic in that scenario, just to be clear.
Relocation commencing. Coordinates locked.
It does make taking this camp significantly easier, though. That
Capture
was...
point secured.
That actually ended up being pretty straightforward, which is great. Fantastic.
Your directive. This should be good.
Capture point secured.
It's going up. Got it.
I haven't seen the Infernal player take their camps yet, which is nervous. So he's probably teching up to what, tier 2 Gaunts first? Is that it? He might just be going to like tier 2 Gaunts first. He's going to try and get Infest. I guess the Infest upgrade before you go for the camps does make sense.
Capture point contested.
Well, play stupid games and all that. Let's see if those guys can kill that, actually, since he's just chilling for now.
Capture point lost.
Yeah, Nate. Can you kill this with 4 Lancers? I have no idea, but we're about to find out. I feel like I gotta try.
Upgrade complete.
You want me to do what now?
Maybe I just shield him. Shield him for the big boy and then the other guys die faster. I don't know. I guess if I got the big one, that's probably enough for now. Don't lose all your Lancers.
Not enough Luminite.
I'm here to assist.
I'm like, losing all of those guys would actually be quite catastrophic, so let's not.
Not enough Luminite.
Getting to work. Okay. You're directed.
Not enough Luminite. Not enough Luminite.
All powered up. Call it.
Not enough Luminite.
Can I take your order?
Insufficient Therium.
All systems clear.
No. You guys are going to get resources.
Not enough Luminite.
That's what you're doing.
Give it to me.
At your disposal.
What's the sit rep?
Sit back and relax. I'm gone. On their tail. Coming in hot. In transit.
Upgrade
Just
complete.
what you see, ma'am. What's the plan? I'm gone. Fueling up now.
Fuck it, just send one.
Don't be shy.
Just send one then.
Now.
Capture point contested.
Talk to me.
Not
Ready
enough.
for takeoff. Just
Capture-
what you see, ma'am.
Invalid location.
In transit HQ. Buckle up. Welcome aboard. Kick the tires, light the fire.
Capture point lost.
On their 6.
Got an itchy trigger finger. Like a hot knife.
Our
Let's
forces
hope one
are
guy
under attack.
completely fired up can do a little bit
Our
of
base
work
is under
here.
attack.
Call it.
Off I go. Coming around. Engaging boosters. In transit. Nav systems updated.
Hit me. Fish in a barrel.
Destination locked in. In transit. Off I go.
I wanted to save him with the promote, but I couldn't because it was too, just a little too close, really, I guess.
In the rear, with the mirror. You want me to do what now? Awaiting further instructions.
Don't be shy.
Not great. Not a great start here.
Constructing. Relocation commencing.
Not enough Luminite.
A bit.
Okay.
What's the sit rep?
All systems go.
Standing back. Got an itchy trigger finger. I'm listening. It'll all be over soon. With extreme presence.
En route. Coming in hot.
You're directed.
Transiting now.
Research complete.
Coordinates confirmed.
Not enough luminite.
Got it.
Ready.
Just
Not
what you
enough
see, ma'am.
luminite.
Where's the emergency?
Got an itchy trigger finger. Like a hot knife. On my way.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
It's going up.
Just what you see, ma'am. Buckle up, Buttercup.
It's going up.
Capture point secured.
Well, looky here. I'm gone. Engaging boosters.
Give me something to shoot. Your ball to call.
Just
Our
what you see,
forces
ma'am.
are under attack.
You want me to do what now?
Capture point contested.
On the
Is this really? Are we still doing this?
systems updated.
Is this still a thing with this whole?
Well, looky here.
This guy's terrible strategy. He's still doing this.
Coming around. Where's
This
the
is still it, right?
destination locked in?
With extreme prejudice.
Buckle up. Buckle up.
It'll all be over soon.
Buckle up. Buckle up, Buttercup. Nav systems updated. On their 6.
I'm in the fight.
Nav systems updated. Destination locked in.
Come to power.
Nav systems updated. Lay it on me.
With a quickness.
Coming around.
Capture point secured.
Ah, you scared me.
Upgrade
Radio
complete.
call incoming.
Oh, really? He's doing this?
Capture point contested.
Where's the emergency?
I'm like, are we doing this?
Transiting now. Don't be shy.
Capture point
Coordinates
lost.
confirmed. Stand by for some chop. Where's the emergency?
Oh, he's GGing. There it is, baby. There it is. You think Infernal Tower Rush on Stormgate is possible? I mean, I think there are people who do it. For sure. Like, do you mean, like, is it something that you might run into when you play the game? Yes, I think for sure. I think for sure you'll run into people who do that. I don't know if it's something that people are doing at the highest level, like in tournaments, but on the ladder, I'm pretty sure that you'll see a few. I think you'll see a few. I think you'll see a few of those. GG, thank you, thank you. Yeah, playing games like that are always fun. You can see like that map. That map is designed so that your main base is pretty safe, and then you kind of have to extend to get the camps in your natural. Now, personally, that's something that I don't really have any problem with at all. I think maybe that map becomes a little bit... I got this stuck on some part of my chair. I'm like, maybe that map becomes a little bit like defensive if it's too easy to expand. But I think that... I feel like most people coming from StarCraft will expect to be able to at least take a natural. Even in StarCraft 2, which is like the most cutthroat, no rules, no honor game. Like, people in StarCraft are just horrible to each other when it comes to what they're willing to do in a game, right? Like, even in that completely no rules game, they still have a pretty conservative setup for how the main and the natural is supposed to look. So, Stormgate doesn't have that yet. So because of that, I think there are a lot of things that would work now that maybe necessarily won't work in the future, because on some level, like certain RTS basic concepts like main and natural will come into this game. But on some of these maps, you don't actually have a main or a natural. You just spawn somewhere. Like, you just spawn out in the middle of the open. Like, it's not actually anything about anything there that really makes it a base other than resources being there. But there's no staging ground. There's nowhere to defend. You're just kind of like plop right in the middle of a field. So as long as there are maps that are that different, that are in the same pool, I think people will always kind of be able to figure out crazy ways to take advantage of that against each other. So we got a Vanguard mirror matchup on this map. It's not the best one for it, truthfully, but here we are.
Not enough luminite.
Here we are.
Ah, you scared me.
Not enough luminite.
Now the Vanguard mirror matchup is pretty terrible right now because every game just devolves down into dogfights.
Luminite.
It's not very exciting. But they build twice as fast as your workers, and they can kill your workers, and you get one for free at the start of the game. So there's a lot of reasons why the unit is kind of just, well, flawed in its design. It's supposed to be a free, cheap scout that gets you vision, but also it's the first unit you can make and also builds faster than everything and is the cheapest unit in the entire game for your faction. So I'm not crazy about it. Not crazy about it.
Confirmed. Moving down.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, so that is what it's going to be, just a dog rush. So Stormgate knew that gamers loved one thing more than anything else: watching dogs kill each other, you know? It's the most brilliant idea I've ever seen in a video game. That's irony, by the way, or sarcasm. It's the only thing about this game that's really bad, in my opinion. I'm shocked they didn't patch this out.
Not enough luminite.
It is what it is, though.
Insufficient supply.
But because this map doesn't have a real main or a natural, like, you don't have one place you could block off. So he could always come from either direction, and there's nothing I can do about it at all. So that's more or less the situation that we're in. So I'm just going to rush Hornets and just try to use those to force them to be a little more defensive and see if I can get something done that way. That's my plan. If I send my dogs out on the map, he could trade his dogs to kill all of my units pretty easily, like all my workers. So I can't go on the map, but at the same time, I don't know if he's building more dogs or not. Now I can see that he is. But as you can see, it's very hard to scout because of the way that these builds work out. Like just the nature of these builds too. There's very little. The only thing I could use to scout is the same unit that I have to keep in my base, otherwise I automatically lose to his mass dog build. So it's just, yeah. I'm going to guess a lot of people that give up on Stormgate after like 1 or 2 games probably do it because of stuff like that. But this build is just crazy strong. So there's just that you just have to sit in your base and turtle, because if you don't respect it, it insta kills you. And that's it. Oh, so he took my camp. So he just gained 500 minerals from my base, which is pretty brutal. There's nothing I can do about that either.
Secured.
So it's just tough. It's very tough.
Upgrade complete.
This was one of the #1 complaints people had in the beta for the game, and they just did not even address it at all, is the other sad thing. It's a piece of feedback that was completely ignored.
Capture point contested.
You hate to see it.
Capture point lost.
What's next?
Combat maneuvering.
Ready.
Throttle in. Weapons
Capture
up.
point secured.
Suppressing fire. Look and fly. Target-rich environment. Point the way. I feel the need for speed.
So he's got an upgrade that makes his dogs do triple damage against just workers. So not only is this build almost impossible to stop unless you do the same thing, but it also transitions into its own follow-up that, again, does triple damage against workers. It's awful design. It is. I hate it. I hate it. I'll circle jerk this game to the moon and back, but they need to get this shit out. They need to fix this garbage so badly.
I feel the need
I think it's embarrassing,
Forces are
honestly.
under attack.
throttle it. Go ahead. Get me in there.
Capture point secure.
Your directive.
Look and fly. Point the way. I feel the
Yeah, Vanguard versus Vanguard is otherwise a pretty great matchup. It is single-handedly ruined by this dog build that only exists, I can imagine, because there's like one friend or something of the balance team that just really thinks that this build is somehow important to exist in the game, even though logically every single person who sees it agrees that it's complete shit.
go ahead.
I guess those 3 guys who don't play the game but just post about how they cheese nonstop, I guess those guys are probably really loving Stormgate. But I hope they fix it. I really do. I think it is one of those issues that's big enough to affect the player count, so if they ignore it, I think they'll lose out on a lot of people potentially playing the game, so.
Taking the shot. Suppressing fire. Get me in there. Look and fly. Look and fly. Going to
Research.
firewall.
Our
High-speed path.
forces are under attack.
Balls to the wall. Carbon clouds.
Capture point secured.
Full blower. Got a lock. I feel the need
Insufficient energy.
for speed. Throttle it. Balls to the wall. Carbon clouds. Got a lock. Look and fly. Going to firewall. I feel the
Our
need
forces are under attack.
for speed. Engines roar. Go ahead.
Well, he's just going to try and go into exos, is what I assume, since he's already got a few in the
Capture
tower.
point contested.
I feel the need for speed. Engines roar. Suppressing fire. Get me in there.
You want me to do what now?
Yeah, it looks like my bullshit is pretty strong, just like your bullshit, huh?
Going to firewall. I feel the need for speed. Engines roar. Balls to the wall. Get me in there. Look and fly.
Wonderful.
Look and fly. Point the way. High speed
Not
path.
enough luminite.
Throttle it. Balls to the wall. Carbon clouds. Look and fly. Look and fly. Going to firewall. High speed path. Taking the shot. Go ahead. Bogey in sight. Fangs out. Look and fly.
Robot engaged.
Capture point secured.
Point the way.
Constructing.
I feel the need for speed. Throttle it. Go ahead. Carbon clouds.
Our forces are under attack.
Full blower. Going to firewall. High speed path. Engines roar. Balls to the wall. Get me in there. Taking position. Look and fly. Going to firewall. I feel the need for speed. Engines roar.
In the rear. With the vehicle.
Our forces are
Balls
unable
the
to
wall.
build there.
Carbon clouds. Taking position. Full blower. Got a lock. I feel the need.
Capture
This is just the
point
way it's gonna
contested.
have to be, yeah, man. He's trying so hard to get that heal camp back, too.
Capture
No, we
point
made his life
lost.
hell. We made his life absolute hell.
Capture point secured.
Move order received.
Taking position.
We made his life absolute hell.
Attack speed. Combat maneuvering. Engines roar. Balls to the
Capture
wall.
point contested.
Suppressing fire. On their tail. Got a lock. Point the way. Taking the shot. Taking the shot. Suppressing fire. Suppressing fire. Look and fly. Going to firewall. I feel the need for speed. Engines roar. Weapons go. Carbon clouds. Taking position.
Yeah, actually, should probably just bring this back.
Placing structure.
Point the way.
Upgrade.
Will comply.
Capture point contested.
This should be
Well, Nate, if all these guys were mining, I think you'd be fine, actually. Yeah. Probably.
Capture point.
Probably.
Engines roar.
ready. Wonderful. Still here. I ho.
Not enough luminite.
He's got a nice exo ball. We'll see how good it is.
Capture
We'll
point.
see how it
contested.
stacks up.
Full blower.
Awaiting further instructions.
Going to firewall.
Capture point
High speed
lost.
path.
Not enough luminite.
Engines roar. Go ahead. Get me in there. Fangs out.
In the rear with the beer.
Got a lock. Got a lock. I feel the need for speed.
Placing structure.
Engines roar.
Capture point secured.
Fangs out.
Robot engaged.
Full blower. Point the way. Taking the shot. Engines roar. Go ahead. Get me in there.
Transiting now.
Our forces are under attack.
Full blower. Attack speed.
Worker shut in.
Capture point secured.
Combat maneuvering. Engines roar. Get me in there. Graveyard spin. Look and fly. Look and fly. Point the way. Combat maneuvering.
We'll follow.
Engaging. Weapons go.
Upgrade complete.
Carbon clouds.
Whistle. Fire.
Our forces are under attack. Insufficient energy.
Fantastic.
Blower.
I mean, that was a lot of damage he did to me for sure, but at the same time, we're still alive, so.
Roar. Balls to the wall.
Whew.
Clouds. Taking position. Full blower. Attack speed. I feel the need for speed. Engines roar. Go ahead.
All systems clear.
Carbon clouds. Fangs out.
Capture point secured.
I mean, the hard part here again is that I want to make the transition into the tier 3 units, right? I want to get them big boys out.
Weapons go.
That's just always going to be hard. I mean, you need to make some Vulcans, and I just don't. I haven't been making any, so that's kind of part of it too.
Fly. Point the
Very
way.
greedy of me. Just not really building the units that I need, more or less.
Weapons go. Bogey in sight. Look and fly.
You guys should probably go here, though.
Engaged. Awaiting further instructions. It's going up.
Full blower. Going to firewall. High speed path. Throttle in. Balls to the wall. Carbon clouds. Taking position. Full blower. Going to firewall. High speed path. Throttle in. Following close. Suppressing fire.
Service complete.
Look and fly.
Not enough
Look and
luminite.
fly. Attack speed. Combat maneuvering. Throttle in. Go ahead. Get me in there.
Insufficient energy.
Full blower. Point the way. I feel the need for speed. Engines roar. Go ahead. Bogey in sight. Got a lock. Full blower. Going to firewall. High speed path. Throttle in. Go ahead.
Not enough luminite.
To work. At your disposal.
Get me in there.
How can I
Not
help?
enough luminite.
Fangs out.
Oh no, he's 100% coming to kill us right now.
Taking the shot.
Right now, this is it.
Ready to fly.
This is it.
Look and fly.
Over yonder.
Look and fly. Point the way.
Placing structure.
I
Our
feel
base
the
is under attack.
The need for speed.
Even key. Active pursuit. Ready to fly.
Engaging. Go ahead. Get me in there. Fangs out. Burn!
Capture point contested. Our forces are under attack.
Following close. Throttle in.
Our base is under attack.
Boot up complete.
Capture point contested.
Got a lock. Looking fly.
Yeah, exos, man, they're good. GG. Why do I control group my command center? No idea. All right, hi. I don't see much in the chat here. What is up with my internet today? Okay, guys, chat isn't working. I can only see like the most recent 5 messages right now because there's some pretty big messages in chat, but hope you guys enjoyed that game. It looks like somebody else reposted the bot, so that kind of filled the whole chat up. We got Celestial this game. I wasn't watching, but I hope you're having fun. Are you just here to spam my chat? Is that it? You're not watching the stream? He's just here to spam chat? Is that what he's trying to say? I can't tell if he's trolling me or not. I can't tell. We can always go CC first against them, so we should be able to. Is haha mean yes or no? I can't tell. He's just being weird. He's being weird instead of answering my question.
At your disposal. Your directive. In the rear, with the beer. Following. Relocation commencing.
Does the game feel fresh or just a SC2 clone? I don't really think there's much in here that's directly copied from StarCraft. Almost none of the units are exact. I think it's definitely StarCraft inspired, but if you play the game, you'll see there's not really much similarity directly with SC2. The moment a non-dog unit combat unit appears on screen, I immediately get distracted by my eggshell painted wall. I feel that. I feel that. You haven't watched much of the game yet? Okay. Maybe there is a hard counter for the dog rush. Well, the dog rush, I'm sure there's lots of ways to beat it, but most of my opinions are about how it feels to play against it. I don't care about balance. I don't worry about balance. That's for people who enjoy being angry. But for me, most of my opinions are just formulated on whether I find it like fun or interesting to play against or scheme against. And for my sake, I don't find it fun or interesting to play against or scheme against. There may be other streamers that do enjoy playing or scheming against dog rushes. By all means, don't let me get in your way from finding them. But on this channel, you're gonna hear me say things like, I don't enjoy being dog rushed. So now that expectation has been set, I hope the next time I get dog rushed and say that I don't enjoy getting dog rushed, you're a little bit less traumatized. I got you. I may say things on here that you disagree with. Please don't ever take it personally. God bless you. Hey, biggest banana. Yo, yo. It's been a good day. Hope you're doing well.
Still here. Constructing. Okay.
Not enough luminite.
Holding. Standing by. What's next?
Man, he's pushing me already, huh?
Ready or not? Ready.
Is there anything I can even do against this?
On my way.
Oh my gosh, he kills my units so fast.
Supply.
I'm just gonna go next. I don't think that guy actually wants to play, so. You alt F4'd 3 times today because of dog rush. If you don't like getting dog rushed and you put a negative review about it, I mean, that's something they're gonna see, you know? I hope that people are very vocal about the things they don't like in this game so that, you know, it gets fixed. Leaving stuff like that in there long term is just it's gonna make people just uninstall and quit playing. You're the best, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Mike Field. Yeah, I can't chat with my opponents. I play with chat turned off. Don't think of it as me like getting beaten to death. Think of it as like I just am getting cut off by someone on the freeway and I'm just letting them pass me. Like this guy is going in between lanes without using his turn signals, and I'm just like kind of pulling off to the slow lane and just kind of, you know, I'm letting him go. I'm just letting him go. That's how I like to think about it. We let those people go. If you're here to complain about Stormgate, the game, or the amount of people playing the game, please understand, I'm not an employee of Frost Giant, and this stream is not a complaint box for the game. All right, thank you. I appreciate your attempts to maintain a positive candor. Thank you, guys. Looks like we got a mirror. So we got a mirror on Isle of Dread, so I'm just gonna leave. I'll just dodge. I'm gonna wait like 3 minutes to queue. I'm just gonna leave any games I get on that map from now on, so I'm just not gonna do it anymore, but I'm gonna try and wait a minute, so hopefully I don't get that map. Oh, but yeah, my chat's not a complaint box for the game. Thank you for understanding. Appreciate it. All right, let's go. But yeah, just so you guys know, any games I get on the island map, the Isle of Dread, I'm just leaving all of those games now. It's just not worth it. I have no way to explain my decision making on that map, so I don't feel like there's any reason to stream those games. It's just kind of like random, those games, right? They're just completely random, so it's very difficult to apply logic to those games. All right, we did get a mirror. We did get a celestial matchup on the 4-player map, which is quite nice. I think he can only spawn top right and top left. I might be wrong, but I think. He scanned me instantly. So he knew he insta-scanned me. So that's bad luck for me. Do you guys think he has the stream open? Or how did he do that? Did he just roll the dice? Do any of you guys watching play Celestial? Did he just gamble and get it on the first try, or am I getting fucked with right now? I genuinely have no idea how common that is to happen. Some pros seem to like the open map. Hey, if anybody who likes that map wants to come in here and try to make an argument for it, by all means, they can. They can. Yeah. Anytime. It's like the Terran player just insta-scans you on a 4-player map and he never sent any units outside of his base, and I'm like... Age of Empires thrives on open maps. Is there a unit like the dog in Age of Empires that you spawn with that builds faster, twice as fast as everything else in the game, though? That's my only question.
Our forces are
Like,
under
in Age of Empires, is it common that people build a unit that costs less than a worker and builds twice as fast and has, like, 3 or 4 of them in your base before the 1 minute mark? You know? Like, is that something that happens in Age of Empires? Because if that is, then I take it back. Maybe people actually enjoy that, but I'm not aware of any other game that has that design.
How can I help? Hi-ho, hi-ho.
not enough luminite.
The last time I played Age of Empires, there's not really many fast units at the start of the game, which I think is one of the reasons why Age of Empires can have really open maps. Like, did you guys know in Age of Empires, your town hall actually attacks units that are nearby? Like, could you imagine if your command post just did damage passively to anything that got too close? You know? Like, if this game was like Age of Empires and the map was open like that, I would expect that, like Age of Empires, my town hall would be able to defend, right? Stuff like that. But I think in a game where the units are this fast, that's really where not having any base defense or not really having any map geometry to work with is tough. I agree with you, though. Maybe they want the maps to be open. So if that's the case, then we'll probably see them make a really big buff to turrets. They should buff turrets a lot if they want the maps to be open. It's not like you can spam turrets in a choke point anyway in this game if they're that open, so the problem solves itself. You know, that's the kind of stuff. It's the kind of stuff that comes to mind every now and again.
Structure.
Invalid location.
Okay. Constructing. Constructing.
Insufficient supply.
Awaiting further instructions. Reporting for work. Constructing.
Insufficient supply.
Killing time. What's next? Killing time. What's next?
Insufficient therium.
On my way.
I just don't think they want people to rely on static defense that much. You guys, if you ever watch Infernal streamers, they're dealing with the same problem right now, because if you watch Infernal streams or Infernal games, almost all of them, they just mass static defense like crazy. Like, that's actually their standard strategy for the late game, is to make, like, not exaggerating, like 70 plus turrets across the map. Like, that's their ideal end game. So it's,
Capture point secured.
that's because of how open a lot of those spaces are, since they're kind of vulnerable. A lot of their stuff is vulnerable in open areas, so they try to block it off and deny space. It's a crucial aspect of their strategy.
What's next?
Placing structure. You want me to do what now? Ready.
Ready. What's next?
Not enough luminite.
I'm off. Move order received. Relocation commencing. Plotting course. Constructing.
Well, let's see how hard he tries to all in me here, I guess, to kill me, right? It's gonna be a big question.
Not enough luminite.
Weapons go. Point the way. Get me in there. Engines roar. Target-rich environment. Fangs out. I feel the need for speed. Balls to the wall. Going to firewall. Suppressing fire.
Robot engaged.
Taking the shot.
Our base is under attack.
Fly. Looking fly. I feel the need
Research complete.
for speed. Balls to the wall. Going to firewall.
It's so hard to deal with the Argents. They have so much health. They're so strong. I tried, guys. I'm sorry.
Get me in there.
I did.
On hold. Looking fly. Point the way. Bogey in sight.
Yeah, these guys can actually one-shot all my workers, so I need to be careful. They blow up in a massive AoE when they die, so... They're like Banelings, except they have 200 health. Not exaggerating. They're literally 200 HP Banelings. It's hard. Yeah, I think we're just dead. I mean, he blind scouted us at the very beginning of the game and then just all-in'd us, so... Let's just mulligan that one. As a streamer, when people go straight to your base on 4-player maps, it's like... It's typically pretty sus. Unless he scanned all 4 bases, in which case, if he sends me a clip that's what he did, I'll change my mind and apologize. But sussy, very sussy game. Do buzzsaws do bonus against Argent? No. No, buzzsaws are just terrible against Celestial. Terran doesn't really have any static defense that works against them is part of the problem. There's just not really anything you can do. Oh, is that the, yeah, I know what he's doing. We've seen this. We've seen this before. Yeah, he's going fast Therium Extractor, so he's just gonna rush. He's just probably rushing the, He's gonna rush the anti-camp guy and try to kill our workers quickly. It's not a good build, so if that's what he's doing, that's very good for us, because we can just... We'll just one base. We'll just go one base Hornets, and that should be a decent blind counter to that.
Not enough luminite.
That's part of the problem, though. You're very right. There's no... The Buzzsaw turret is pretty shit against Celestial. There's not really static defense that works against them. At the same time, the Buzzsaw turret is, like, overpowered against Infernal. So, stuff like that is... It doesn't do any bonus against Exos either, so you just can't. That's one of the reasons. It's one of the reasons why Vanguard is so bad against Cheese. It's because they have the worst. They have the worst turrets in the game. They have all this utility, but none of them actually kill anything. So you just kind of sit there and do nothing, basically.
Not enough luminite. Our forces are under attack.
At your disposal.
Oh, he's doing the Vector Rush. Yeah.
Capture point.
I don't believe there is a counter that exists for this build right now. Yeah, it might be too late. It might be too late because we're not even going to get the gas to level up our tech yet, is kind of the vibe. This might just be over. This game might just be over. Sorry, guys.
Upgrade complete.
This is one of the strongest builds in the entire game, and there's nothing that's good against it, so we'll just leave. I'm going to lift weights for 2 minutes, try and hope I don't rematch this guy. Yeah, Inquisitor, Tortium, or whoever. But if he's going to try and do abusive strategies to kind of just make the game over as fast as possible, then I'm not going to have fun. And if I don't have fun, I don't think you guys are going to have fun. So, again, Frost Giant, I don't know what you guys are doing with the 1v1. Please look at some of this stuff. Please, 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 please. There's nothing that's actually good against that, so you just die, but I'm just gonna hope I don't rematch him. That's the only thing I can do, because if I play somebody who does that same strategy again, it's an auto loss. And you saw I actually rushed tech. I played as aggro as I could that game. Just get shit on. You get absolutely fucking shit on instantly. It's horrible. Yeah, they don't even have to research Blink. It's like if stalkers came out of the gateway with Blink. It's disgusting. Cross our fingers and hope we get a game against someone that doesn't want a 2-minute match. It's a Vanguard mirror matchup.
Not enough luminite.
If he builds more than 5 dogs, I'm gonna... If he builds more than 3. If he goes over 3 dogs, I'm gonna insta-leave this game, just so you guys know. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Fix your game, Frost Giant. Thank you. Sincerely, everybody since fucking February on this garbage. Nobody has liked playing against this at any point in the entire game. Please fix it. Sincerely yours, someone who is trying to keep this game from dying. Thank you. Guy who is pretty fucking invested. Please fix this.
Our forces are under attack.
Ready to work.
Yeah, they haven't touched dogs since February. They haven't adjusted this at all. It was the number one thing everybody complained about in the test, and they just completely ignored it. They did not touch it. They didn't touch it at all.
You're directed.
Madness. Madness.
Insufficient supply.
What's next? On my way.
Could you imagine if we had to play the game like this for like another month or 2?
Insufficient supply. Our forces are under
Oh,
attack.
that's a lot of time for people to quit.
Sitting now. Got it. Okay. Constructing.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh, he threw his dog away trying to steal my camp. That's nice. Appreciate that.
Capture point.
Yeah, buzzsaw
secured.
turrets, they only do bonus damage versus light units. So that's dogs. Nothing else. I think that's dogs and fiends. Maybe gaunts. Are those the only light units in the game? The ground units that you see in the early game? I think lancers are armored. Exos are definitely armored because buzzsaws don't do shit to them.
Robot engaged.
Buzzsaws don't do anything to exos.
Sure.
Ready. I'm up. Ready. What's next? Ready.
Constructing.
What's next? Ready. I'm up. Ready. Annihilate.
Yeah, I don't know how they managed to get away with making Marines in this game armored for unit stat purposes. That's like unhinged.
Capture point secured.
Ready or not? Eliminate.
They heard all the complaints people had about the Marine and the Marauder, and they're like, what if we just made the Marine into the Marauder, guys? What if the Marine was the Marauder? Boom. The Exo was born.
What's next? Ready. What's next? Killing time. Annihilate. Ready.
Exos are light? I mean, you could fool me, man, but the turrets don't do anything.
On my way.
I've watched 10 exos walk into 5 buzzsaws, do a 360, light up a joint, smoke the whole thing to completion, safely dispose of the aforementioned joint, and then turn and kill all the turrets. So that's, you know, that's just my experience. Exos are definitely not worried about anti-light units. Not in my experience.
You're directed. How can I help? Boot up complete.
Not enough luminite.
What you got?
Not enough luminite. Not enough luminite. Upgrade complete.
Okay.
Our forces are under attack.
Yeah, buzzsaws are like, you get them because they do the splash and it bounces between the units. But in practice, they're generally pretty bad.
It's going up. It's going up.
I like leaving them in my base because, like, look at what he's doing. Like, he's got the dog upgrade. My opponent this game, he already has the dog upgrade. So what does that tell us? Right? What does that tell us? It tells us that we already kind of know where this is going.
Capture point lost.
It tells us we know where this is going.
Not enough luminite.
On their 6. Moving.
On their tail. Coordinates confirmed.
Capture
I guess he
point
can't get in
contested.
if I do that. There we go. Maybe that helps a little.
Capture point lost.
Talk to me. Radio call incoming.
Not enough luminite.
Moving out. Will comply.
Now the damage on these, you got 22 with 10 range, and then this is 18 with 7 range.
Ready.
Capture
But that damage is not actually correct, right? It doesn't show you the damage types. They haven't gotten that far in the development. They don't have damage types in the game yet, but
Constructing.
well, they do, but they don't have the ability to display them. They can't display the damage types. So there's no way to know. There's no way to actually know what the damage types are. You just have to have like a guide that you
Our
read before you
forces
played
are
the
under
game.
attack.
Getting to work. Okay.
On my way. Stand by for some chop. Welcome aboard. Well, looky here. Talk to me. On my way. Stand by for some chop.
On my way.
Off I go. Coming in hot. Welcome aboard. Off
Our
I go.
forces are under attack.
Yeah, he's just massing dogs. Is what this looks like. So here we are.
Hi-ho. Hi-ho.
Just what you see, man.
It does not look like he has anything except dogs.
Lay it on me.
Not enough
Buckle
luminite.
up, Buttercup.
Our
Lay it on
forces
me.
are research complete.
Destination locked in. Don't be shy.
With a quickness.
Weapons ready. You want me to do what now? Ah, you scared me.
Not enough luminite.
Got it.
Our
Don't be shy.
But yeah, see how strong this shit is? It's crazy. It's crazy.
In transit.
our base is
In
under
transit.
attack.
Buckle up.
So I guess he was just waiting for me to move out of my base the whole game to do that. But at least he doesn't have anything else, so that's nice.
En route. Where's the damn beacon? Coordinates
I'd like to prevent him from building up an exo count that can defend him from this, so
locked in.
he should be cooked.
Boys.
Should be cooked.
Sit rep. Fish in a barrel.
Radio call incoming.
Taking the shot.
Just what you see, ma'am.
Give it to me. Standing back. It'll all be over.
Insufficient energy.
Ready.
Beautiful. There you go.
Where's the emergency?
How disgusting is that? And the game wasn't even interesting, because all he did was just make dogs and die.
Radio call incoming.
It kills me. It kills me.
What's the plan?
Kills me.
Attack speed. Combat maneuvering.
Lined up nice for you. Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
That's what I hate. That's what I hate about the dog build. When people do builds like this, they have no ability to play a drawn out game or anything. Like I would literally have to throw this game to keep it close and turn it into a macro game, which I obviously did not want to do. So
Just what you see, ma'am. Strap yourselves in, boys. Buckle up, Buttercup. I'm gone. I'm gone. Coming around. Coordinates confirmed.
Hit me. Like a hot knife.
In transit.
Service complete.
hell yeah.
Don't be shy.
I'm just waiting for them to finally snap and put the Vulcan on tier 1 with no abilities and just make the charge require tier 2 or jump jets do that. That'd be nice. I could defend all this bullshit if I could just make a Vulcan on a tier 1. That would make it all easier, I promise. Now, when you upgrade the rank of a unit, when a unit ranks up, it gains like 20 or 30% hit points, damage, and then most of the units also have a specific ability that improves as well. So like the Atlas, for example, the Atlas gains attack range from getting experience, and the Evac dropship that actually gains stuff too. So
Constructing.
Not enough luminite.
let's see if he goes fast Therium or not. If he rushes vectors, I might just leave the game since there's nothing you can do against it. I don't want to make 50 turrets and turtle for 30 minutes. I don't want to do that either because I'll lose anyway, so. As soon as we see the vectors, we'll just dip.
Awaiting further instructions.
Stay and figure out the counter like did with dog? What are you talking about? Is he telling me that I should try to bash my head against a wall dealing with vectors? Is that what this man is suggesting? That's adorable. No thank you, but I appreciate your belief in me. If you think I'm capable of doing that, by all means, thank you. I appreciate the compliment, but I don't worry that much about it. I give stream of consciousness on builds I run into, but that doesn't mean that I'm like actively working on a plan for all of them. I think that like one of the things that could kill off the player base of this game is builds like the Dog Rush. So I sincerely believe, not balance related at all. I think from a design perspective, the dog should at least take a little bit longer to build or cost more, you know, or take up more supply so they're not so spammable. But as they are in the game right now, no, it's total abomination. Total abomination.
You want me to do what now?
Capture point secured.
Or they can make the bobs move like 3 times as fast so you can micro around them. That would be fine too. There are really a lot of fixes I would accept for it. I just don't think in its current state that it works. Does that make sense? Is that a more reasonable way to say it? If nothing I could say would make you happy, then you can also say that too. That makes it easier.
Capture point secured.
It's going up. Constructing.
Now, my problem with this matchup is that if I try to go for the Vulcan type play as a mid-game defense, the same way that I try to use them as an anti-Vanguard, the biggest issue that I typically run into when I do that is that the Vulcan is not really that good against the Argent either, because the Argent is heavy, so at most the Vulcan can only ever do, like, I think at full charge, like 3 or 4 damage.
Secured.
So it's tough. I would use the Vulcan in this matchup if it was possible, but it doesn't seem to be particularly strong against any units they have. And there are people who sometimes when I say that, there are like anonymous people that will come into my channel and tell me that the anonymous people will say that the Vulcan counters the Kree, but I kind of find that in practice, because of how fast the Kree is, that's also not really true either. I've never really found that to be the case. Maybe we just lead him through the buzzsaws. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Still here.
Capture point contested.
I'm here to assist.
Not
Perfect.
enough Luminite.
In the rear with the beer.
Capture point lost.
Got it. Alrighty.
I kind of put stuff out there a little deliberately here.
Not enough Luminite.
What's next? On my way. I'm off.
Not enough Luminite.
Combat maneuvering.
Just one Hornet is actually close to enough, too.
Not enough.
It's the crazy thing. Just one is enough to go start the harass.
Not
Since I have a good amount of Therium income, I kind of just want to keep building Bobs and hopefully not blow this too badly.
Attack
If I can.
I feel the need for
Dog reminds you of Zerglings? Yeah.
full blower.
Yeah, could you imagine Zerglings in a game where you just can't wall at all, where there's like literally no function of being able to do that though? That's kind of why people don't like the dogs. It's not because they're like Zerglings that bothers people. I have no problem with a Zergling-like unit in being in this game. My only issue, just to be 100% clear, my only issue completely is that no mechanics exist to deal with Zerglings in this game. That's all.
Placing structure.
You don't have to agree with me on that. You might think, for example, you might say to yourself, I think there are mechanics that deal with this really easily. And that's an opinion that you're more than free to hold. It may not be the same as my opinion, but I'm just telling you what I think because I'm playing the game a lot, so that's all.
Bangs out. Throttle it.
Yeah, if you look at what he's doing, it seems like his plan was to just go for a Kree rush, and then I didn't die to the Kree rush, and now he's stuck because all of his Therium gathering harvesters are not in position to really do much.
Balls to the wall. Carbon clouds.
Oh, perfect, right? That's fantastic.
Need for speed. Looking fly.
Not enough Luminite.
Engines roar. Go ahead. Get me in there. Going to firewall.
How fast can you be like harassing your opponent's worker harass?
Take position.
Could do it. You could be doing that within the first 30 seconds easily. Again, I think it's one of the worst parts about the game.
I feel the need for speed. Got a lock. Engines roar.
Our
But there's no
base is
warm-up
under
period in this
attack.
game at all. There's no warm-up period whatsoever.
Not enough.
The developers kind of have this contradictory opinion that people should focus on the camps really early on, but also they should be able to cheese each other and proxy each other. So like in StarCraft is the best example I can give. But in StarCraft, this decision path usually was expand. Usually you either expand or you proxy or get aggressive, you know? But in this game, you have a third option to take camps. And I think that the way that the camps affect the dynamic of how people are capable of dealing with those cheese things, like really it's all about context. I don't think there's any issue at all with the dogs as they are if other things were changed too. So that's more or less my opinion. It's not that any one specific thing bothers me. It's just that the combination of factors really makes it difficult to understand what exactly the vision is intended to be, or if they're, if they're doing a good job of trying to achieve that vision, right? Because it's so important. It's so important. Yeah, they're heavy. Argents are heavy. So that's kind of the thing, too. All these units, the most basic units in the game, right? Heavy units. That's their most basic unit that they'd push you with, is heavy and armored. So it's like, you need to have some serious firepower just to fight the very first wave of them.
Not enough luminite.
So even though the air units aren't always great and they take the bonus damage, I still think that they're nice to have. Just because the prism pressure is fantastic. Yeah, there's no walling mechanics in this game whatsoever. You'd have to hold position like a zealot, except imagine that, it's not StarCraft either, so it's the biggest problem I have with it. You can't pretend like you're trying to put Zerglings in this game when nothing that counters Zerglings is in the game. Otherwise, everybody would just open with Lings and just run into your base and kill all your workers before you finish your barracks, Stuff like that matters. Stuff like that matters. Oh, he left the game, right? I think we're good. Those flying things look so familiar, but you don't know what from. They kind of look like the constructs from Zeratul in StarCraft 2 co-op, if you ask me. The Arc ship looks exactly like the Avatar of Essence, or the Avatar of Form, which is the final top bar cooldown that Zeratul has in co-op SC2. Some people tried to say it was uninspired design. I just said, oh, they went with the Zeratul from co-op. They just, yeah. I mean, I think it's the same thing. Did anybody catch what matchup this is? I'll find out in a second. I think it's Infernal.
You scared me. Coordinates locked.
Yeah, so this map is very hard because they can all in you from two different directions pretty easily. So on the ground, holding this map is one of the most difficult in the entire game. It's not as bad as Isle of Dread, but it's pretty rough. If the game stabilizes on this map, it gets a little bit better, but I typically find that games on this map are crazy aggressive because they know, again, you can't wall off, but they also know that at some point you're going to try to get outside of your base, and then they can either hit you here or they can hit you here. So those are two ground routes into your main.
How can I help? Your directive.
On my way.
He opened up with the Brute defensively. He could end up using that to try and get his expansion up. But and try to take the camp. He'll probably try to take the natural camp and snowball. So this map, there's a good chance he goes for the snowball strategy. If I turtle on one base to defend against it, he'll still be able to kill me because he's going to have about a 3 or 4 base economy just from taking all the camps on the map. So Infernal basically gets like 80% of the camps in the game for free because you can't contest them for map control early on. So you mostly just try and take as many camps as they will allow you to get. You kind of desperately scramble for as many camps as the Infernal player will let you take, and then it just turns into a turtle fest, and you just have to sit back and slowly try to crawl out of your base. But the Infernal player is going to have enough to fight you head to head if you ever move out with everything. They get to turn the camps on the map into free units that they can keep as permanent supply for the rest of the game. So because of that, they benefit really strongly from the increased rewards that the camps give. Camps give so much money now when you kill them. So if you don't get them, you're behind. Like even if you went command center first, you'd still be behind a 1-Rax expand in this game because of just because they could take a camp. And that's enough. It's enough to completely swing the momentum of the game, the early camps.
Constructing.
Capture point secured.
But yeah, if you're asking if like the whole early game revolves around the camps completely, right now it does. Yeah. Because the thing is, like, you could 1-Rax expand and then turtle against almost any of the builds that people are struggling against. But the problem is, once you go into any defensive position on this patch at all, you've automatically given up access to all of your camps. And because of that, the game is over. Because they get, like, again, from all the camps that are on the map right now that I have not taken, all of these, that's somewhere like probably another 1,000 or 1,500 minerals for killing those. So if he just, that's one of the ways that you kind of keep track though. Like at the same time, I use it to keep track because I know that if he doesn't have all of those camps, then the attack's not coming yet. But there's a pretty good chance that he'll go. We'll see him continue to take all of the camps and ramp up. But right now I have to decide, do I want to protect my main or my natural? Realistically, I can't do both. I'm going to try and put a couple turrets in each of my bases. But I hope you guys can see how that's not really a fun thing to do either. Like, I would so much rather have any other option, really. But you just don't. So this is it. This is all you get. It's frustrating. They're trying to be really experimental with maps, but for some reason they feel like people who want to be crazy aggressive in the early game like are more important than people that want to take and expand in the early game. So until enough of us complain or buy DLC, I guess. When you guys buy your DLC, if you buy a co-op commander, can you please write in your purchase invoice receipt that you're only doing it because you want to watch macro games of Stormgate? Can you guys just please put that in there for them? Save my sanity. Thank you. Thank you. You could be a real hero, too. You could be a real hero.
Not enough luminite.
Blazing a trail. Ready or not? On my way.
Not enough luminite.
I'm here to assist.
Not enough luminite.
I'm sure that if I had to like put money on it, I would say the next patch will probably nerf the shit out of the camps. Like, I would be willing to bet money. I would be willing to put money on the line. They're nerfing camps. It's happening. There's no way the game can continue in the current state because nobody will ever learn how to play because they're never going to understand how to play the game since they're going to get cheesed in, you know, half their games, and then the other half they're going to just they're going to eventually realize that they actually have to take camps. And people just won't get it because all their games are going to be desperately trying not to die to this shit.
Capture point secured.
I hope that does not end up being the case, but it is a big fear that I have. I don't think you should have more money going for a 2-Rax to take camps. I don't think going for 2-Rax into camps should give you more money than a player who goes for like a command center first or 1-Rax FE. You shouldn't have more income on one base than somebody on 2. But because of that, yeah, it's really incentivized to be cheesy. Since as soon as your opponent goes defensive at all, you just instantly win the game because you can just take all the camps and then it's over. What is he doing here, though? This is kind of interesting. It looks like he hasn't even taken his natural. Is this his camp strategy? This might be his camp strategy, Nate.
Forces are under attack.
This might be his camp strat.
Capture point secured.
That means that he's got a big army here,
Our
probably.
base is
Yeah,
under
yeah.
attack.
That's not too bad then. I think we're okay.
Our forces are under attack. Capture point secured.
I need a mouse icon size. Need a mouse cursor size for this game.
Our base is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Capture point.
Thankfully, Vulcans destroy Gaunt's.
High speed pass.
Robot engaged.
Capture point. Our forces are under attack.
Throttle it. Weapons go. Going to firewall. High speed path. Fangs out. Target rich environment.
Fish in a barrel.
Well, looky here.
Ready.
Engaging.
Just what you see, man.
Capture point secured.
Ah, you scared me.
Unable to build there.
It's going up.
Ready. Fueling up.
Capture point contested.
Moving to engage.
Go ahead. Attack speed.
Oi.
You're directed.
Get me in the
Homelander done killed me wife and took me bloody son.
target rich environment.
Sit back and relax.
Still here. All systems clear.
Where's the emergency?
This should be good.
Capture point contested.
You want me to do what now?
Transiting now. Ready.
Throttle it. Balls to
Oh, you're a greedy boy. He is greedy.
Get to work.
Lay it on me. In transit. Just what you see, ma'am.
You're greedy. You're very greedy. Thank you. Lips
Where's the
is coming.
emergency?
Mommy
Don't be shy.
high
is
speed
popping.
path. Look and fly.
Upgrade complete.
Full blower.
What's the plan?
Got an itchy trigger finger.
Engines roar.
Kick the tires, light the fire.
Constructing.
Insufficient energy.
Radio call incoming. Radio call incoming. Nav systems updated. In transit HQ. Nav systems updated.
I'm
Our
here to assist.
forces are under attack. Research complete.
See if they can save it. Maybe. Can they save it? No. Oh, it went to the unfinished hangar bay. Fascinating. I didn't know that would happen.
Bot activated.
Transiting now. Where's the damn beacon? Coordinates confirmed. Engaging boosters. Welcome aboard. Lay it on me.
Our forces are under
Ready for
attack.
takeoff.
Upgrade complete.
Ready. Buckle up. Transiting now. Strap yourselves in, boys.
Bogey in sight.
Welcome aboard. Fueling up now.
With extreme pressure.
Coming around. Engaging boosters.
Money in the bag.
Where's the damn beacon?
Taking position. Full blower.
Talk to me. Well, looky here. Well, looky here. Just what you see, ma'am.
Engines roar.
Ready. Coordinates confirmed.
Weapons go.
T-minus a bit.
Not enough luminite.
Following. Boot up complete.
Capture point secured.
Attack speed.
Yeah. Hit me. Thanks.
Our forces are under attack.
Transiting now.
Capture point contested.
Welcome aboard.
I feel the need for
Capture
speed.
point.
Oh.
Engaging boosters.
Home on the range. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Strap yourselves in, boys.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Transiting
Uh-oh.
now. Welcome aboard.
I gave you all that I had and you tossed it in the trash.
Research complete.
You did.
Call it.
Our forces are under attack.
Look and fly. Full blower. Throttle it. Following close. Going to firewall.
In transit HQ. gone. Welcome aboard. Radio call incoming.
It's going up.
Talk to me. Coming around.
Let's giggity go.
Off I go. Coming in hot. Destination locked in. Radio call incoming. T-minus a bit. Well, looky here.
Full blower. Engine.
Oh, they flew into the mines. We're good.
Go.
Buckle up.
Point the way. Suppressing fire. Combat maneuvering. Got a lock.
Ready.
Target-rich environment.
Oh yeah, just take out his anti-air building, right? That's probably the move. And then just take out his main base. I feel like that's probably the move.
Making track.
Our forces are under attack.
Point the way.
Stand by for some chop.
Research complete.
Coming in hot. I'm gone.
There it is, baby. There it is. Vulcan going Chad mode. So that game, he did a pretty good job in terms of, like, he was trying to play for a bunch of camps. This was complete domination because he didn't cheese you. I thought I did a pretty middle of the road build. Like, I personally cannot see a world where you really have any option other than to open with Lancers or Dogs. The Dogs are only good at killing other Vanguard players. They're not actually good versus Celestial in the early game. They're not good in the early game, unupgraded against the Infernals. Maybe to like push the Hexen back at the start, but that's typically about it. I don't really see much of a role for them in the matchup, so it's like, I feel like all I can do is just try and make Lancers to take the camps. So it's like, well, what do you do with the Lancers once you take the camps? Should I make those turrets and just leave them there? I don't know. I feel like leaving the buzzsaw turrets at home is pretty nice for dealing with some of those attacks, especially specifically from Infernal players. But it's never easy. It's never easy when you get hit with those huge attacks sometimes. Again, on that map, it's a little bit difficult. It's not as bad as Isle of Dread, naturally, but you can see there where those, I try to put some of those concepts to work. And you get the Vulcans out, you get any level of map control. It looked like he kind of put everything into getting that big snowball going like we were discussing on the resources with the camps, but I guess he did it with brutes. Maybe this might just be something that I'm missing, but I'm going to open up to you guys about it because I'm not 100% sure. It seems like some of the Infernal players just go brutes to take the camps early on, and I get that. But it also feels like there's a pretty good amount of Infernal players who rush the Infest upgrade for the Gaunt first. And I do wonder if there's a way to abuse that or punish that more. I feel like the Vulcan build does punish it, but the Vulcan drop hits more or less at the same time that the Gaunt power spike hits. So in those games, if I push in too far, the Gaunts overwhelm me and I lose the drop and die. If I play conservatively, usually the Vulcans and the Gaunts can trade. I think sometimes it's a bit hard to click in the middle of a big fight. I struggle with that a little bit, the way that the cursor disappears. And maybe that's something that is like from StarCraft that hopefully we just get long-term in Stormgate. But you guys know what I'm talking about, how when you press the A click, like the mouse cursor changes into a reticule in SC2, it turns into like a red targeting thing. I feel like it's really hard to see what that is in this game when there's giant fights. I find it pretty tricky to try and find my mouse and click on, especially when I A click, because I can recognize my mouse, but then when there's a million units moving, that's another thing. How do we change our icon in the top right? I don't believe you can. I don't believe that's an option yet. To the best of my knowledge, these images, these are account bound. These are account bound. Yeah. I like using the big cursor because I play in 4K, so the cursor size actually does matter to me, but I don't think there's anywhere you can scale the cursor size in this game. StarCraft has a cursor size button, but I don't think they have that in this one yet. Maybe at some point, but I don't see it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The cursor is just small. The cursor is really small for 4K anyway. Somebody who plays on 4K, the cursor is like just barely a little too small. Or maybe the issue is that it's not visually distinct. I don't know. That's like when people talk about the feeling of this game, like if you were to ask me, like, Nathaniel, upgrade 3 individual art assets in this game that people will immediately notice that makes them feel more like they're playing the game. I'm going to say it. Mouse cursor. Mouse cursor. StarCraft has always been famous for the mouse cursor. Brood War's mouse cursor is legendary. In StarCraft 2, they took it further by making each race their own little cute cursor icon. I hope we get there. I hope that that's something that happens at some point. Because I think that's another thing too, is like kind of feeling your choices and decision making in the UI is a part of it. You guys know how like there's the Zerg UI and the Terran UI and the Protoss UI. It doesn't feel like any of the UI elements are rigged at all for the faction that you're playing as yet. I guess long term those are all probably on the list, but yeah, that mouse cursor is something that stands out the more that I think about it. The big battles do get messy trying to micro. Mostly infernal units derp out worse than any StarCraft units. Yeah, exactly. They need to add who you're facing as well. No, I put... Oh, yeah, there's no way to check once you're loaded in, right? There's no way to check once you're loaded in like in StarCraft. So, yeah, they've got a lot. There's a lot to cook still, right? There is still a lot to cook. But yeah. I wasn't sure if you were talking about who I was playing, like me, Nathan, because I play with streamer mode turned on, so I don't see people's names and stuff, but I try to avoid getting into drama with people that I don't know on the internet. It's kind of a crazy concept. I'm going to use the restroom, and then we'll play a couple more games, all right, guys? I'm thinking maybe at least another hour I'd like to do. I'd like to get at least another hour in today. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching. All right, we're back. It has the bones of a good game, but they just got to put more meat on it. Yeah, more or less, more or less. My biggest problem, I think, during the beta testing, like, it's just hard, right? Because I think on one hand, people kind of criticize them because it's clear that the most developed part of the game is the 1 versus 1. But at the same time, given how not far along the total thing is, it's like, that's also naturally what would be the first thing too, more or less. So I don't even know that it's necessarily them over prioritizing it, but if you're building out the game, the very first thing you're going to need to build any of the other stuff is units in general. So the most basic versions of those units naturally find their way into 1v1, and then it's not like 1v1 needs cinematic assets or anything like that. So I guess this situation for Frost Giant doesn't seem that crazy for me. I think really you'd have to ask yourself, like, yeah, as long as they're able to get to the point where we can get the performance issues fixed for team games and we can get some 2v2 or 3v3. I know that they really talk about 2v2 a lot, but if you can't do it, if the technical limitations are a problem, if the tech is a problem, guys, don't die. Don't die on your sword, okay? Just put 2v2 in there and say 3v3 is coming, all right? Do something to appease the fans, but don't just be like, hey, we can't do it. We can't do it, and we're going to wait till 3v3 no matter what. Don't do that.
In the rear, with the beer. I'm off. It's
Not
going
enough
up.
luminite. Not enough luminite.
Your gripe is it's too much like SC2? All we do is compare it to SC2? Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's kind of natural, though. I mean, the game is made by a lot of people. The game is made by all the people that were working on StarCraft. If we were in a timeline where StarCraft 2 was still getting updated and patched like normally, I want you guys to know the Frost Giant people are the people that would be building that game. It gets missed. A lot of people miss that aspect of the reality, but it was going to be these people. It was going to be these guys, no matter what way you tried to spin it. That's one of the reasons why I try not to be too harsh on them. Their choices were get paid to do nothing and just work at Blizzard and never make another RTS game, or go out on a limb and risk everything that they have to try and make a dope RTS that people care about, right? It's an admirable goal. It's an admirable goal. Even if they completely bungle it and fail and crash and burn, I'm not gonna kick them down. I'm not gonna kick people trying to make things I want. It's the last thing I'm gonna do. I certainly hope that they succeed, though.
Not enough luminite. Not enough luminite. Not enough luminite.
What's next? Ready?
Not enough
Yeah.
luminite.
Oh, I'm on the wrong scene? I got you. I got you.
Next. Ready?
Nathanias I'm using a teleprompter over my Twitch chat now, so it's really easy for me to look at chat and look at the camera and all of that. So I can't see all of the comments either. So if you guys ever see something in there that you're like, oh, Nate's gonna see this and go off, you can always interrupt it. You can get in the way of it now. If the chat is moving, I won't get stuck on stuff. So that's something that I was pretty excited to get set up. So I appreciate your guys' comments. I appreciate your comments. As long as we try to stay respectful and remember that if I'm negative on the stream, that makes the stream worse. So even if you have justifiable complaints about the game, let's try and be productive in the manner in which we choose to discuss these things, so that we don't, lose sight of why we're here, right? Which is that we like RTS. Well, we love RTS. I love RTS. Maybe you might love RTS. I know that I love RTS. You might love RTS, but that's why I'm here.
In the rear, with the beer.
Ready?
Again, even if this game completely bombs out, I think it's still extremely important. This one's kind of similar. Yeah, exactly. The biggest thing that drew me to this game when I started beta testing it
Complete.
was was how similar the micro really, the engine. They got it to feel like SC2. They did accomplish that. As broken and not done as it is, it actually does feel pretty tight and responsive, which is great. It's the best thing. It is the best thing about this game. It is the best thing about this game is the engine. As early as it may seem, if it was a sloppy, if the units were horrible to control, especially with all the other, stuff that people have been hitting them for, if the engine itself sucked, I mean, then they'd be cooked. I think it'd already be over.
Not enough luminite.
On my way. What's next? Ready.
It's like, I love StarCraft. You guys got to remember, a lot of StarCraft people are kind of sensitive about their game, so even when we have good intentions, we need to always try to be a little bit mindful, because we're not ever trying to set people off here. There's enough of that on the internet.
Alrighty.
Get me in there.
Constructing.
What's next? On their 6.
Point the way. Throttle in. Combat maneuvering. Full blow.
Yeah, so he's got Kree. He's got Kree rolling up there.
Robot engaged.
Not enough luminite.
Let's see how many prisms he has here.
Throttle in. I feel the need.
Our forces are under attack.
Look and fly.
Bot activated.
Taking position. Balls to the wall. Carbon cloud.
Research complete.
There's all his creation chambers. Yeah.
High speed path. Got a lock. Look and fly. Suppressing fire. Suppressing fire. Got a lock. Throttle in. Taking the shot. Look and fly.
It's going up.
Taking position. Go ahead.
Our forces are under attack.
Way.
Alrighty.
Throttle in. High speed path. Look and fly. Look and fly.
Yeah, get his arc ship. Hell yeah. Whatever it takes, bro.
Our forces are
This is the situation that we're in.
The need.
It's very much a just gonna stand there and watch me burn situation, yes.
This should be good.
Hell yeah.
Look and fly.
Ready to work.
Look and fly.
Getting to work. You want me to do what now?
Our base is under
Balls to the
attack.
wall. Carbon clouds. Going to firewall. Throttle in. High speed path. Look and fly. Weapons go. Carbon clouds. Going to firewall. Throttle in. I
Our
feel
base
the
is under attack.
need.
Unable to build there. Invalid location.
Oh, I can't wall that?
Unable to build there.
Look and fly.
Our base is under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Bogey in sight. Going to firewall.
Awaiting further instructions.
Now we're just gonna die to mass Kree. That's it.
Throttle in. Combat maneuver.
We're just gonna die to mass Kree. There's nothing we can do. It's too strong. I'm trying.
Fangs out.
I'm trying, boys.
Plotting course.
You gotta remember, they blow up like banelings. They blow up like banelings when they die. So we can't fight them with the workers. It doesn't work. That might have done it though. We might have just saved ourselves here.
Upgrade complete.
Attack speed. Engines roar.
Getting to work.
I feel the need for
Upgrade complete.
You want me to do what now?
look and fly.
Shit's crazy, crazy.
Get me in there. Going to firewall. Throttle in. I feel the need for speed. Full blower. Taking position. Balls to the
Capture
wall.
point
Get me
secured.
in there. Going to firewall. Engaging. I feel the need for speed.
Capture point secured.
Engaging. Combat maneuvering. Target-rich environment. Taking position. Go ahead.
Awaiting further instructions.
Not enough luminite.
Constructing.
Point the way. Engaging. I feel the need for speed.
Our forces are under attack.
Looking fly. Balls to the wall. Carbon clouds. Point the way. Engines roar. High speed path. Full blower. Taking position. Balls to the wall. Get me in there. Point the way.
Not
Absolutely ridiculous game we're in, huh?
Maneuvering. Target-rich environment. Taking position. Balls to the wall. Carbon clouds. Got a lock. Engines roar. High-speed path. Got a lock. Looking fly. Suppressing fire. Going to firewall. Engaging. High-speed path. Full blower.
capture point secured.
Perfect.
Weapons go. Carbon clouds. Going to firewall. Engaging. I feel the need for speed. Target-rich environment.
What you got?
Balls to the wall. Carbon
What you got?
clouds. Going to firewall.
You got anything for me, Johnny?
High-speed path. Looking fly. Looking fly. Balls to the wall. Get me
Our
in there.
forces are under attack.
Away. Engines roar.
Okay, well, it's not so bad.
Okay.
Could have been worse.
Energy.
Need for speed. Target-rich environment. Looking fly.
What's next?
Go ahead.
Ready.
Get me in there. Point the way. Engaging. High-speed pass. Looking fly. Got a lock. Go ahead. Get me in there. Going to firewall. Engines roar. Combat maneuvering. Looking fly. Fangs out. Balls to the wall.
Capture point secured.
All right, let's go around the outside now. See if we can hit him with a little flankerino.
Engines roar. High-speed pass. Full blower. Taking position. Suppressing fire. Suppressing fire. Point the way. Engines roar. I feel the need for speed.
Capture point secured.
Taking position. Balls to the wall. Get me in there.
Our forces are under attack.
Here we go. I'm gonna do something crazy.
Feel the need.
Oh, he got guys in my base again? Of course.
Our base.
This is actually his whole strategy. He's just gonna fucking ignore every single thing I do. He's gonna ignore everything I do. And his whole plan, his whole entire strategy is literally to just try and keep this on one base versus one and do fucking nothing forever. That's his plan.
Our base is under
That's his
attack.
plan.
Carbon cloud. Got a lock. Engines roar.
Well, how about no?
Got a lock.
How about no?
Capture point lost.
Balls to the wall. Carbon
Our
cloud.
You're gonna have to play differently, bro. You're gonna have to learn another build today. Nathanias is gonna teach you, son.
Full blower.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
Fly.
You ain't gonna beat me with this Bush League strategy, that's for sure.
Weapons go.
This guy is a psychopath. I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
Engines roar.
It's the second time he killed my main base, so at some point, it does kind of become my fault again.
Looking fly.
Setting cruise control. Confirmed.
Our forces are under attack.
Transiting now.
Balls to the wall. Get me in there.
Awaiting further instructions.
Point the way. Engaging.
How does he have anything? I don't even understand that.
Upgrade.
Is there something here that I'm just missing from the beginning of the game? Did he just proxy me here with some shit?
Attack speed. Engaging.
Oh, he did build a guy in my base. Look at that. Look at the little shitter.
Fangs out.
That's it. That's the only thing he had going for him all game, and it's gone. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay.
Point the way.
Well, I guess we can build this.
Going up.
Guess we can go for this now. His ace in the hole is gone, ladies and gentlemen. He tried to Maximus Black pylon me and he failed. Although I think Maximus is playing Vanguard, so I think he's a Vanguard player this game. Shout out to my boy Jeff.
Point the way. Engines roar. I feel the need.
Realize.
Full blower. Gotta
I mean, I feel like I've got this game in the bag. I guess it's totally possible that I lose, but my opponent basically just proxied a guy in my base and tried to kill me with Mass Kree.
Capture point
That's it.
secured.
That's it. Now he's going to send a bunch of Argents to try and go win the game. That's his game plan.
go to firewall. Throttle in. High speed path. Full blower. Taking position.
The power banks are what... Okay, so he's at red power now, right? That's what that means?
Under
So he can no longer use his abilities, I think. I think that's the idea.
Engines roar. High speed path. Full blower. Taking position. Balls to the wall. Get me in there.
Our base is under attack.
Firewall. Throttle in.
Yeah, we can probably just kill all of his buildings.
Looking fly. Bangs.
Yeah, I don't even think we need to
Weapons go.
fight him.
Get me in there. Point the way. Throttle in. Combat maneuvering.
Our force
This guy's getting healed by 2
energy.
repair arms.
Pressing fire. Gotta
I didn't even know that repair arms could stack like that, actually. Now what happens if I speed up the repair arm? Oh, now we're gaming. Now we're gaming. I didn't even know I could have 2 arms repair 1 unit like that.
looking fly. Taking position. Balls to the wall. Bogey in sight. Attack speed. Throttle in. I feel the need.
Our forces are under attack.
Full blower.
All systems clear.
So what happens when he has no buildings? Oh, we win. Nice. Oof. Nate's games are 500 times more interesting than most streamers because they all build only the 2 basic units for Vanguard. Thank you, yeah. Compare the animations and art of this to Battle Aces. Well, again, I really feel like something that if you try to take a good faith perspective, right, you have to look at the scope of what they're doing. So to me, a lot of complaints like that seem more like, hey, maybe Stormgate's scope is too wide, and that's why so much of the game looks unfinished. Because I think the advantage of a game like Battle Aces is they're very focused on what they're doing, right? Like Battle Aces is trying to be one specific thing really hard, and they've got an extremely homogenized design based around kind of gotcha mechanics. So I think that they have a very clear like thing that they're trying to do very specifically, and that it makes it easier for them to be cohesive, if that makes sense. But it's not like they're putting out a campaign or co-op. Like the only thing we've seen from them has just been their little arena battler mode. And the only thing we know about their game is that if you don't own all the units, you have to pay for them. Otherwise, you're going to have to grind thousands of hours to unlock everything. So it's like, that's a completely different type of game, if you ask me. Truthfully, if there's one thing to really criticize Frostshine on in all of this, it's probably the scope of the game just being too wide to start. Really. If there was just co-op and campaign being worked on, and the co-op and 1v1 being worked on, and the campaign was cooking in the background, I think people would probably be a little more generous. But I also feel like people are used to, even if the visuals get upgraded, they probably don't expect that the missions themselves will change. So they feel like they've already played it and it'll never be different ever, and they kind of get, a little dramatic because of that too. So I did not read the matchup, so I'm just going to check what it was. There we go.
Our
It is an
forces
infernal
are under
player.
attack.
Constructing. On the go.
Ba 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 da ba ba ba. Ba ba da ba.
Awaiting further instructions. Target acquired. Ready to work.
So this is probably the tech rush, right? This would be like the Gaunt rush, since he's gone straight for yeah. So he's just doing a tier 2 rush. That's what this is.
All systems clear. Moving to engage.
Capture point secured.
In the rear with the beer.
Insufficient supply.
See some long messages in chat. I think you guys are agreeing with me though. Most people just seem to be kind of Pikachu faced that it costs money to make video games too. But yeah, their scope is definitely the biggest weakness. They've extended themselves extremely far with what they're trying to do. But I don't really feel like anything that they've actually said as far as their plans sound that bad either.
Not enough luminite. Not enough luminite.
Ready.
Yeah, go kill his base. Fight him, bro. Fight him. Take him down. Take him down.
You want me to do what now? I'm here to assist. Relocation.
He hadn't gone for the camp yet, which is kind of interesting, right?
Upgrade complete.
Your directive. Wonderful.
What's next? Eliminate.
Not
And then we use the money from these camps to take the other base, ideally. Well, to start these units, I guess.
not
'Cause I'm just
enough
broke.
luminite.
Ready. Annihilate. On my way. What's next? Ready.
Not enough luminite.
All systems clear. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Annihilate. Ready. What's next? On my way. What's next? Killing time. What's next?
Once Infernal starts to take the camps, that's usually when the aggressive period of the game starts.
Capture
So
point
we're not
secured.
out of the woods. We're not out of the woods yet. He has started to take his first camps, which usually is a sign that we're going to be attacked soon.
Ready or not? Ready. What's next?
Not enough luminite. Capture point contested.
Powered up.
Not enough luminite.
You read my mind. Your ball to call. Ready.
Capture point lost.
Get to work. Coordinates locked. Constructing.
Oh, is it coming?
Luminite.
This might be it.
We'll follow. Call it. On my way. Standing fast. Give it to me.
Not enough luminite.
Yeah, but you see his strategy, right? He's just going for the camp. So this camp actually gives you money over time, too. So there's a bit of extra pressure on me to do something about that. Since it's a very strong ability, naturally. Gonna try and contest it and force his units back on the map that way.
Can I take your order? T minus a bit. Buckle
Capture
up,
point
Buttercup.
secured.
T
Capture point contested.
Yeah, he's just contesting these posts, huh?
Talk to me.
Capture point
Welcome aboard.
lost.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Buckle up, Buttercup. Where's the emergency?
Capture point secured.
Placing structure.
Where's the damn beacon? Engaging boosters. Sit back and relax. On my way. En route. Well, looky here.
Fish in a barrel.
Capture point secured.
Perfect. Perfect.
Fish in a barrel.
Strap yourselves in, boys. Sit back and relax. Strap yourselves in, boys.
Perfect.
Welcome aboard. Coming around. En route. Buckle up, Buttercup.
I'm listening.
Just what you see, ma'am.
Got him.
Don't be shy. In transit. Strap yourselves in, boys. Lay it on me. Nav systems updated. On my way. Welcome aboard. In transit, HQ. Transiting now. Ready.
Awaiting further instructions. Will comply.
Insufficient.
Ready to work.
Their time is up. What's the sit rep? Got an itchy trigger finger.
Oh, I got his Therium patch too. I took his guy from the top right. That's not bad.
This should be good.
Not enough luminite.
Give it to me.
Radio call incoming.
Hit me. You read my mind.
Okay.
Capture point secured. Upgrade complete.
Ready.
Your ball to call.
Lay it on
Upgrade
me.
complete.
T-minus a bit.
I'm listening. Call it.
Not enough
Coming in hot.
luminite.
Off I go. Buckle up. In transit.
Ready.
Well, looky here. Nav systems updated. Coming around.
Take him down, baby. Take him down.
Reporting from
Not enough luminite.
Transiting now. Welcome aboard. Coordinates confirmed.
Capture point secured.
Coordinates confirmed.
Full blower. Going to
Capture
firewall.
point.
T-minus
Research
a
complete.
bit. Engaging boosters.
Capture point.
Kick the tires.
Not
light
enough
the fire.
luminite.
Lay it on me.
Weapons go. Combat maneuvering.
Strap yourselves in, boys.
Bogey in sight.
Nav systems updated. In transit. Coming in hot. Transiting now. Welcome aboard. Buckle up. Where's the damn beacon?
Insufficient energy.
Coming in
Research complete.
Engaging.
hot. Transiting now.
Bangs out.
Where's the damn beacon?
Looking fly.
Perfect.
Plan.
Point the way.
Lay it on me.
Can't really have gone better than that.
constructing. Get to work. Okay.
Insufficient
On the
energy.
What's the plan? Talk to me.
Go ahead. High speed path. Carbon clouds. Engaging.
Lay it on me. In transit, HQ. En route.
Looking fly. Looking fly.
Not
Attack
enough
speed.
luminite.
T-minus a bit.
Let's go clean. Let's go get the resources, bro.
Capture point secured.
Sit rep.
Ready for takeoff.
Weapons go.
What's the plan? Buckle up, Buttercup. Strap yourselves in, boys. Coming in hot. En route. I'm gone.
Got an itchy trigger finger.
Capture point secured.
Nav systems updated. Just what you see, ma'am.
Constructing.
Invalid location.
Structure.
Nav systems updated.
With extreme presence. Making tracks.
Ready
Upgrade complete.
Carbon clouds.
Oh!
En route. Coordinates confirmed.
Capture point
Destination
secured.
locked in.
Throttle in. Got a lock. Got a lock. Going to firewall. Suppressing fire.
Insufficient energy.
High speed path. Suppressing fire. Taking the shot.
Where's the damn beacon?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Looking fly. Full blower.
I wonder, do the anti-air mines hit those guys because they're big? No, okay.
Feel the need
They're not quite Colossus.
for speed. Suppressing fire. Throttle in. Taking position.
I'm in the fight.
Insufficient energy.
Radio call incoming. Where's the emergency? Buckle up.
GG.
Destination.
Do I use the hotkey to build every unit, or do I go with the control groups for buildings? I use a hybrid setup. Can you explain your hotkeys? They're interesting. Sure. So I'll just give you guys a quick rundown of my settings. But basically it boils down to I go for a hybrid between efficiency and comfort. Comfort means what I'm used to. Efficiency means I can't deny that this is better than what I normally would do. Those are the parameters. So as far as my settings go, you guys know I use drag scroll to scroll a lot. I don't use it inverted. This is my primary way of moving the camera. I love it. I haven't tried the smoothing recently. It was actually pretty nice. We'll try it for the next game. I thought it was nice in the beta, but it was buggy like other things. So we'll see how it is now. But as far as hotkeys go, I use the thumb button on my mouse. I use the forward button on my mouse right here on the side. I use that to select idle workers. Holding control and pressing that grabs all of them. And then this button, or actually, sorry, the forward button is middle mouse button as well. So that's actually for drag scrolling the camera. So I have 2 middle mouse buttons on my mouse for that. And then the back button on my mouse is to select idle workers. Aside from that, I use typical standard control group setups. But if you're like me and you've played literally any video game other than Stormgate before this game came out, then you're probably familiar with the extremely standard QWERTY as your primary abilities in, again, 99% of games ever made. So while I appreciate that they think that they've managed to get something that's easier for new RTS players to use, it is not personally the way that I like to do it. So I use some of those settings and some I don't. Select all army in this game is spacebar. Great to have. I don't like the quick macro building for one reason. It does not always select the nearest, most efficient bob to use. There are times where I have, in the beta, grabbed 4 bobs, clicked them over to my natural when I didn't have the money to make the base, and then, when I had the money, I moved back my camera over, drag selected all the bobs, pressed Q, QC, or QQ, whatever it is, to build a command center. You know what happened? Nothing. A bob got sent from my main fucking base over to my natural to build a command center, even though I had 4 idle workers sitting there. So that's why I don't use the quick macro build menu, because the worker AI is just not there yet. The train menu I don't like to use because I like hotkeying my structures before they're done and stuff. Maybe long term this is more efficient, but I like being able to separately place hotkeys for different structures. That's the #1 reason. If you use the quick train advanced or quick train regular, you're going to be having all of your buildings with the rally to the exact same point. It's just not something that I want personally. That being said, it's very efficient for upgrades. I never have to bind upgrade buildings. I never have to, all I have to do is press 6 or 7 and I can see all the upgrades I need for the game. So I do like that. But just coming from StarCraft, I'm very used to having the 1 through 5 and whatever for my hot control groups, which I still need. I still need the control groups, and the automated control group system is not great either, so I have that turned off. But for using abilities in a game, there's only one thing I'm pressing more than 1 through 5, and that's QWERTY, because it's right next to it, and that's where all my abilities are bound. So there's no universe where I would ever play this game if I couldn't use QWERTY for abilities. So I have a lot of stuff bound differently than how they do it. I think the default hotkey for canceling a command or like building something is Y. It's like the Y key, and I hate that, so I just set it to escape as well. Could you imagine you're like trying to slam QWERTY for all your buildings, and then you just press the Y occasionally and just cancel all your stuff? I think if you're trying to get League of Legends players or mobile players, you need to remember all of those games use QWERTY for all of the primary actions in the entire game. The menu they came up with is awesome. Maybe if I could bind those to F1 through F5, that might actually be better to put those top bar abilities. And maybe I'll eventually move them to F1 through 3, but yeah. Are your keys for the units for comfort? Because ASD keys is interesting. ASD? Oh, for attack, stop, and hold position. Yeah, so D is hold position. I don't know what the matchup is. I think it's Infernal. So A is attack move, right? D is hold position, and there's a whole bunch of stuff like that. So,
Setting cruise control.
oh, even on the low setting, the auto camera is a little more aggressive than it used to be. I actually don't like that anymore. Weirdly enough, I think that was much better in the beta. I like the smooth movement. I don't like how it tries to center it when I stop moving it. I don't like that. Well, what can it really do, right? It just kind of tags a worker, but not really. So, it's not that bad.
Whole baby scared.
Killing time. I'm off. On my way. Ready or not. Eliminate.
Fantastic.
At your disposal.
What's next?
We delayed his base.
What's next?
We delayed his base. We got our base up. All good things. All good things.
Ready. I'm off.
Ready. Getting to work. Wonderful. Will comply.
Ready. Ready or not. Ready. I'm so ready. On my way.
Yeah, he's not taking that much damage. He's fine.
Ready. I'm off. Ready. What's next?
What? I sent a Bob into his base?
Plotting course.
Why?
Our forces are under attack.
Constructing.
Eliminate.
I'm here to assist.
That was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that, but here we are.
Not enough luminite.
What's next? Eliminate. What's next? On my way. What's next? Killing time. What's next? Ready. What's next? On my way. Annihilate. Eliminate. What's next? Ready. What's next? On my way. What's next?
Capture point secured.
All systems clear. Placing structure.
Take as many camps as you can before he takes all the camps and then locks you in your base forever. That's the strat.
Next. Eliminate. What's next? On my way. What's next? Ready.
At your
Upgrade
disposal.
complete.
Ready.
Capture point secured.
Ready. What's next? Ready.
Capture point contested.
It's going up.
Yeah, we can't contest the points at all. Just because he has, I mean, he has fiends, right? And they move faster than any unit that we can actually build in this game. So
Complete.
we just have to let him do that. And then when he comes over to make his push, you know, that's when we make our stand.
Reporting for work.
Not enough luminite.
Yeah, he's going for my Luminite camp, looks like.
Upgrade complete.
In the rear with the beer. Transiting now.
Capture point secured.
Yeah, it looks like he's just going to go for a crazy all-in soon.
Want me to do what?
Capture point contested.
He's got a huge snowball. Ton of gaunts.
Capture point lost.
Okay, he's taking a third. Never mind, he's taking a third.
Not enough luminite. Not enough luminite. Not enough luminite.
With a quickness.
Capture point secured. Not enough luminite. Capture point contested.
But we force him to run around and have to contest these points from us, and that's pretty good. That's definitely a good thing. He doesn't path very well around the hold position unit, but that's okay.
Capture point lost. Capture point
The
secured.
vision one is obviously really, really important, so people play hard around that.
Not enough luminite.
Constructing.
Our
G to G.
capture point secured.
Scared me.
Give it to me.
Lay it on me.
Not enough
Transiting now.
luminite.
In transit HQ. Talk
Capture
to me.
point contested.
Strap yourself in, boys.
Not enough luminite.
Robot engaged.
Engaging.
I think 4 Vulcans, 2 evacs,
Capture point lost.
into Hornets is maybe the move here.
Destination locked in.
He's making everything about my points, though, here, so...
Yourselves in, boys.
Insufficient supply.
Ready.
Ready. Where's the emergency?
Invalid.
Fueling up
Capture point secured.
now. Transiting now.
What's next? On my way. We'll follow.
Capture point
Don't be
contested.
shy. Destination locked in. Off I go.
Capture point lost.
Strap yourselves in, boys.
I'm listening. Come to Papa.
Give me your imps.
It'll all be over soon.
What's the plan? In
Give me your imps.
Strap yourselves in, boys.
With extreme pressure.
Coming in hot. Ready for takeoff. In transit.
Capture point
Buckle up,
secured.
Buttercup. Lay it on me. What's the plan? On their tail. Buckle up. Destination locked in. T-minus a bit. On their tail.
Our forces are under attack.
Just what you see, ma'am.
What's the sit rep? With extreme pressure.
Where's the emergency? Just what you see, ma'am. In transit HQ. Lay
Perfect, right? Perfect.
It's going up.
Perfect.
Where's the emergency?
Go to tier 3.
Directed.
Get our little duders. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Nav systems updated.
Try to steal his stuff.
Buckle up. Coming around. In transit.
Fish in a barrel.
Engaging boosters. Buckle up, Buttercup. Coming in hot. Coming around.
I mean, good use of his
Our
dudes.
forces are under attack.
Well, looky here.
Oh, right there, right? I mean, there you go. Just killed everything I had.
Force.
That was brutal.
Look and fly. Point the way. Engines roar. Go ahead.
Plotting course.
Not upgrade complete.
Look and fly. Get me in there.
This is risky because I kind of have to move out on the map to do this, but at the same time, I also think it's still really, really important to take this.
Go ahead.
Weapons ready.
Research complete.
Look and fly.
Hi-ho.
Upgrade complete.
Wonderful.
But the nice thing is it's like rush over, take the point, play hard for it, play hard for the point, and then
Fly.
ideally anyway, you try and get to a spot where you can do a little bit more.
Instruction. All systems clear. Ah, you scared me.
Go ahead.
But we will need a drop. We need one drop to replace what we lost here.
Target rich
'Cause that was bad.
Get me in there. Combat maneuvering.
Got it.
Upgrade complete.
Take a position. Point the way. Engines roar. Go ahead. Look and fly. Carbon.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the issue, right? Is he's got this now, so.
Look and fly.
We'll follow.
Point the way.
Yeah, not having the drop to go out on the map and contest with. Once you don't have the evacs anymore, the Vulcans are just too slow to do anything, so. It's really, 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 really important to keep them alive for that reason, basically.
Not enough luminary.
Not that there aren't other reasons to keep them alive, but that specific case is a pretty big one.
Research
Buckle
complete.
up, Buttercup. Nav systems updated. Welcome aboard. Stand by for some chop. In transit. Off I go. Where's the damn beacon?
With extreme dread.
Sit back and relax. In transit.
Our forces are under attack.
Engaging.
Research
Go ahead.
complete.
Following.
Radio call.
Holy shit, stop running. Holy shit. My Vulcan, he's just going on an adventure. He's going on an adventure.
Where's the emergency?
Look and fly.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows where this man is headed.
Ready for takeoff. On their six.
I feel the need for speed.
Research complete.
Sure.
I actually do need a depot, so this is just the way it is now, boyo.
Balls to the wall.
Radio call incoming. In transit HQ.
Target rich environment. Get me in there.
Your ball to call.
I feel the need
Not-
for speed.
Upgrade complete.
Look and fly. Going to firewall.
Those guys are crazy strong.
Capture point secured.
I'm just gonna have to play, yeah.
In hot.
Have to play like nuts.
Balls to the wall. Got a lock. Suppressing fire. Combat maneuvering. Got a lock. Point the way.
Our forces are under attack.
Weapons go. Carbon clouds. High speed path.
Robot engaged.
Look and fly.
Not
Point the
enough
way.
luminite.
Engines roar. Go ahead. Full blower. Carbon clouds. Combat maneuvering. Taking position. Point the way. Engines roar. Balls to the wall. Full blower. Get me in there. Combat maneuvering.
Research
fly.
complete.
Point the way.
Wonderful.
Engines roar. Weapons go. Full blower. Get me in there. High speed path. Taking position. Going to firewall. On hold. Go ahead. Full blower. Carbon clouds. Combat
Our
maneuvering.
forces
Take
are
a
under
position.
attack.
Attack speed. Engines roar. Go ahead. Look and fly. Get me in there.
Not enough
High
luminite.
speed pass. Taking position. Going to firewall. Throttle in. Go ahead. Target rich environment. Bogey in sight. High speed pass. Fangs out. Attack speed. Engaging. Weapons go. Full
Our
blower.
forces are
Bogey
under
in
attack.
sight. I feel the need. The need for speed. Taking position. Point the way. Throttle in. Go ahead.
Insufficient supply.
Look and fly. Get me in there. High speed pass. Look and fly. Point the way. Engines roar. Weapons go. Full blower. Bogey in sight. Combat maneuvering.
Capture point contested.
Fangs out. Attack speed. Engines
Look how much stuff he has. Look at it.
Capture point.
carbon clouds.
Our forces are under
He's
attack.
crazy.
Or speed. Fangs out. Attack speed. Engaging. Balls to the wall. Full blower. Get me in there. High speed pass. Look and fly. Point the way.
Yeah, let him rip,
Our
bro.
forces are under attack.
Awaiting further instructions.
Suppressing fire. Got a lock. Suppressing fire. I feel the need
Insufficient supply.
for speed. Look and fly.
Well, I guess it could always be worse.
Upgrade complete.
I think we're getting a lot.
Our forces are under attack.
Did a graveyard spin.
Our base is under attack.
Go ahead. Full blower. Carbon
Our
cloud.
forces are under attack.
The need for speed. On their tail. Going to firewall. Engaging. Weapons go. Target rich environment. Carbon clouds. Taking the shot. Taking position. Got a lock. Taking the shot. Suppressing fire. Full blower. Suppressing fire. Combat maneuvering. Taking position. Going to firewall. Throttle in. Balls to the wall.
Not enough luminite.
Target rich environment. Carbon clouds. High speed pass.
Damn. No, it's going to be really hard now.
Engaging. Go ahead.
Not enough
Target
luminite.
rich environment.
I think I did a great job messing with his economy, but that middle base is always going to be really, really, really hard to overcome.
Fly. Going to firewall. Throttle in. Balls to the wall. Got a lock. Suppressing fire. I feel the need. The need for speed.
Send him home. They're going to fly right over him, though, right? Yeah, that's the tough part. This is brutal.
Got an itchy
At least we have a lot of the thing that's hard to get, right? That's basically where we're at now. More or less.
blue skies ahead. Moving out. Big way.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing
Our
over there. He's
forces
kind
are
of
under
crazy.
attack.
He's crazy.
Smooth sailing. Targeting systems on.
Transiting now. Welcome aboard. Kick the tires,
Not
light the
enough
fire.
luminite.
Where's the
Well, I mean, there are at least
Under
easy
attack.
camps that we could try to go get now, too, is the other part of it.
Our
destination
forces are
locked
under
in.
attack.
Taking off. Gunfight time. Over yonder. Smooth sailing. What's the sit rep? Even keel. Hit me.
Where's the damn beacon?
Changing tack. Over yonder. Smooth sailing. Picking on. Ready to fly.
Placing structure.
Capture point secured.
No, I'm coming for you, bitch. Let's go.
Ready to
Our forces are under attack.
smooth sailing. Even keel. On our six.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Ready for take.
Oh,
Your ball to call. Let's get under.
I left those guys there, I guess, didn't I?
Picking on.
Unable to build there.
Now this is where it gets tricky though, because this is the point now. This becomes that point where screwing up once here could kill. I could lose everything. So we're gonna need to be careful.
Our forces are under attack.
Let's get underway. Smooth sailing. Pick it on.
Suit up complete.
Ready to fly. Over yonder. Smooth.
Oh, perfect.
Pick it on. Ready to fly.
Perfect.
Forces are under attack.
Buckle up, buckle up, buckle up, buckle up,
Insufficient
Buttercup.
supply.
Even key. Got an itchy trigger finger. You read my mind. Ready to fly. Big way. Give it to me.
Capture point
Stand by.
secured.
Oh, you're stuck now, bro.
Ready for takeoff.
Insufficient supply.
I just need to make sure I have that big shield ready, more or less. But you see, I picked off his base too, so that's the other beautiful side of it.
Nav systems updated.
Holding here.
Engaging boosters. Welcome aboard.
Our
Transiting now.
forces are under
Buck
attack.
up, Buttercup.
Even keel.
Don't be shy. On their six.
Insufficient supply.
Coming in hot. En route.
Changing tack.
Ready for takeoff.
Constructing.
Kick the tires, light the fires. Strap yourselves in, boys.
Over yonder.
Coordinates confirmed.
Our forces are under
The
attack.
damn beacon.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Over yonder. Even keel. Changing tack. Hit me.
Where's the damn beacon?
Our forces
Kick
are
the
under
tires,
attack.
light the fires.
Over yonder. Smooth sailing. Tracer fire. Ready to fly. Let's get underway. Smooth sailing.
Buckle up. En route. In transit. Buckle up. What's the plan?
Our forces are under attack.
Try to run away from me?
In transit.
Try to run away from me? Check this shit out. Check this out next. Oh, is X gonna give it to you and deliver to you? Oh, oh snap.
Holding here.
Oh snap.
Got an itchy trigger finger.
Our forces are under attack.
That's what we love to see, though. That's what we love.
In transit.
We'd love to see that, Lee, wouldn't we? We'd love to see that.
Nav systems updated. Coming in hot. Coordinates confirmed. Coming in hot.
I think we got him, though. I do think we got him. Really, the secret to this strategy is to only ever attack when you have enough, when you have the energy and the cooldown ability for the anti thing. That's really it.
Just what you see, ma'am. Stand by for some chop.
The hard part about this situation for him is that there really isn't anything he can do. Because all he could really try is to just hit me with a million shadow flyers, and that's it.
Under attack.
There really isn't any other option for him here. I think he summoned a super turret, but I like kind of insta-killed it there.
Engaging boosters.
Changing tack. Over yonder.
There we go. Hang on. Watch him go.
Our forces are under attack.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Pick it on. Ready to fly. Let's get underway. Smooth sailing.
Now, the helicarrier transition was perfectly timed this game. It's not easy to do, but it is fun. It is fun. Give me build orders, please. I am actually going to be making my first build order guides this weekend because I wanted to make sure for you guys. I knew there would be a patch before early access went free to play. So I knew that there was going to be some kind of patch. And it's possible that there might be another patch. I don't know what kind of time frame Frost Giant is going on. If it's going to be like every 2 weeks, every other week.
Therium.
I don't know. I don't know what their release cadence is scheduled on. I don't want to assume too much either and be rude or anything. but my interpretation more or less is that stuff is going to change a lot, so making builds is kind of hard. But I think I've got a couple styles I really like, and I could kind of show you something, at least something per matchup. I don't think I have anything great for Infernals or Vanguard, just because those matchups are really hard to get to go longer. There's still a lot of cheese in the game, I guess is what I'm saying. So there's a lot of stuff you can die to no matter what. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you're just going to have to abandon your strategy to deal with. It's such a common question. People are always like, well, how does your strategy counter this? And I'm like, well, not every problem has an answer. Sometimes when you play a certain way, you just have inherent weaknesses. Like my army, for example, being really slow. Even though it's crazy powerful, it's still really slow, so. Whew. That was fun, though. That was a fun game. Well, guys, I think that's going to do it for my stream today. I wanted to make sure I hit 4 hours, and that got us there. Thank you. I'll probably get on earlier once EWC is done. I spent most of my day watching the StarCraft World Championships. If you guys haven't been following that, they're having their World Championships more or less in Saudi Arabia this week. And even though I'm not a part of it, even though I'm not necessarily a supporter, I do enjoy watching my buddies do their thing, and I do enjoy watching some high-level SC2. So I will probably not be getting on that early to stream this week. Playing a lot of Madden. I'm playing Madden and watching EWC. That is what I'm doing with my mornings. So that's going to be it for tonight, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. God bless you. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow for more Stormgate action, and hopefully not so many dog builds. All right. God bless you.